we have Augmental. So Corten from Augmental is going to do a presentation. And Corten, you've got 15 minutes and it's all yours.
All right, thank you very much. I am going to go ahead and share my screen here. Of course, please let me know if anything looks problematic from your end, but thank you. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm representing Augmental. I'm one of the co-founders. And without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and play some demo videos and talk a little bit about the product that we are creating. So let me just play the video and let it roll.
I am living with quadriplegia.
I broke my neck in 2006, so it's been 17 years since I've been paralyzed.
I jumped from the back of a pickup truck, unfortunately. Bent my neck backwards, and here I am.
I've already lost my front teeth from years of having pens and smashing my face off of a quad stick.
When I was first injured, I was trying to learn how to use voice control to type and do all my papers and homework, and it was so frustrating. That was part of just dropping out of school.
What is out there for people with quadriplegia to use in order to interface with their computers or their smart devices? And there's almost nothing.
I'm motivated about augmenting human ability. I'm interested in using technology in order to overcome all limitations.
At Augmental, we've always considered the tongue to be this very expressive and capable part of our body. We've likened it to the 11th finger, if you will.
The tongue has a unique ability to be very nimble. It can learn very quickly. It has tremendous precision and dexterity that really you only really see in the finger.
Thank you.
The MouthPad is an intraoral interface that lets you interact with computers without hands.
It rests on the top of your mouth. So this essentially enables you to use your tongue in the same way you would use your finger to interact with a trackpad, control your cursor, activate clicks, what have you, to control your computer.
Oh my goodness, this is how it should be. It's very seamless. It's very easy to use. It's very intuitive.
Click on your phone and call someone would be like a game changer.
I really want to get back into just being, for lack of a better word, a human again.
We believe not only can we, assist with humans, but we can really change the way that we evolve with our technology. So it's not this question of, oh, I'm losing my humanity, but rather that I'm enhancing it.
It'll almost be like getting my right arm back.
I think that we have a potential to make a difference in people's lives.
We're making an interface that can be used by anybody.
You liking it, Rookie?
It'd be good not having a pen in my mouth.
I'm a sex enthusiast, so I'm happy to be in this space and I'm happy to be of service and extremely excited that we could collaborate and work together. So I was really interested in how Augmental was going to use this MouthPad to connect with my vibrator.
With this new device, everything is ramped up.
So being able to communicate while I am walking, while I'm doing something else, helps me really come back to life.
My nickname is the Oral Assassin on the internet, and so
Eventually everyone will be using it.
Spring is starting to spring, so I hope spring's eternal.
All right. Oops. Just clicking through there. Thank you for sitting through that, and apologies if anybody has seen that video before, but yet again, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Corten Singer, one of the co-founders, and I represent Augmental, where we're creating hands-free device control at the tip of your tongue. I have a couple of other demo videos, but would love to just give some context about our company and our mission. Taking it from the start, really, since its invention in the 1960s, the computer mouse hasn't changed much, and the hand-based input paradigm has really dominated since then. And so our goal here is to challenge this paradigm, essentially, embracing the idea of a more human-computer interaction, particularly as we see that the future will be wearable. We're starting to see a lot of trends towards this direction, and particularly we see a lot of development and advancement from the big tech companies with their wearable displays, and we believe that there is not enough innovation to explore how to interact with these new displays in novel ways. And so that is one of our big motivators behind this project, beyond just enabling more equitable access for all. And so this is really what motivated us to create the MouthPad product. This is smart mouthwear for discrete and robust hands-free device control. And so not only does this MouthPad leverage the innate dexterity of the tongue for cursor control, we kind of liken this tongue, as I mentioned in the video, as the 11th finger, given how capable it is. But it also takes advantage of jaw input, head motion, and breathing gestures as input as well. And we believe that good interfaces, as I mentioned, are human first. They're multimodal, and as a result, they're capable of meeting us where we are at the level of input we find most suitable in the particular context at hand, not the other way around, which has been the norm of requiring users to go to the computer room, go to the desktop setup, and meet the technology there. And we just kind of want to flip that script and make it a little bit more convenient. And so to open up a little bit of the demo videos to show how this works, I'd like to just share this first video from one of our employees. This is an example of using the MouthPad on the smartphone. And I'd just like to call to attention how our teammate can speak, before he puts his MouthPad in, and he can still speak perfectly fine after putting the MouthPad in. You can see that he can interact with Siri without issues.
Hello, and welcome to another MouthPad demo. I'm going to use my MouthPad to get directions with Google Maps. Hey Siri, turn on Bluetooth.
And you can see here that he's got his hands, up. His phone is mounted to showcase that his tongue is doing all the work. The tongue can be used to swipe pages, to navigate a digital screen, go so far as to click a desired app, and even type out full words letter by letter. Now, at the beginning of this, we showed how you can still speak. And so we'd love to encourage speech to text because it's just a bit more convenient and fast. But for users who want privacy, or perhaps for users who have lung functioning issues and can't vocalize with a loud enough volume, this is an opportunity to still have access to typing. And you get the swiping up, the scrolling, click and drag, essentially anything that your off-the-shelf mouse can do, we can also support with the MouthPad, which is why we can already provide that life-changing value for so many of our customers. Stepping into the next one, this is actually a video we just released yesterday to our social media to showcase our newest input feature. Just like we have tongue control for cursor movement and clicking, we wanted to really step towards that future we see of multimodal input. And so we also support head tracking as an input. And so I'll just let this video play to give a sense of how that works.
Today, we're introducing a new feature of the MouthPad, head tracking. You can see that when I move the MouthPad, the cursor follows. And I can still click with my tongue and do other tongue gestures.
So in this case, he's moving the cursor with his head, but actually using his tongue to press on the MouthPad device and activate those clicks. The tongue can be used for also swiping, right click, click and drag, anything you'd expect from a mouse. Really, it's more like a trackpad, given that we can do those swiping gestures as well. And here's just, a simple example of our other employee testing it out. Very quickly here, I have another head tracking video. I'm not going to stay too long here. You see our employee pops it in, goes up to his Bluetooth settings, just like you would with any, off-the-shelf mouse. And this is just an example to show a little bit more detail into how this could be used for a, normal job task. This is editing a Excel or Google spreadsheet, for example, using the head tracking just to, function like a normal mouse. And you can see how, compared to tongue tracking, you get a little bit quicker speeds with the head tracking, as you just have a slightly wider range of motion. One other detail that's pretty cool here in comparison to existing head tracking technology is that since we have this trackpad, we have a dual purpose head tracker in which the head can just be used for input, but that tongue can not only be used for gestures like clicking and other interactions like that, but it also helps to ratchet your movement across the screen. And this is kind of more relevant to folks who are familiar with head tracking, but for larger screens, sometimes your full range of neck motion can't get across the full screen. Our tongue trackpad allows users to make contact with their tongue, effectively stopping the head tracking movement so that users can move to their furthest range, touch the device with their tongue, reset their head position, remove that touch, and now you can continue in that original direction with just a little bit more space. Happy to dig into that further if that's a little bit confusing, but just wanted to spell that out for our listeners here. And kind of just touching on some of the value propositions we've identified with our device that you can see in the videos. We want to start first off with the fact that we can support that variety of expressive and precise controls. I'm a broken record, but that multimodal interaction is something we're really excited about. It also just having its position in the mouth lends itself to a discrete and private interaction experience in which the MouthPad is virtually invisible to the rest of the world while still being always available to the user at the tip of the tongue. And this is great for users who want to have access to their devices while in bed, while in non-traditional computing settings, maybe in the car during long drives, etc. And this intraoral design is also custom fit. So this maximizes for both comfort for the user and for safety. It's a snug fit that's not too tight, but it's not going to fall off. It's something you'd expect from your dentist, as we're using a lot of dental techniques. And just as an example of how, as a first step towards this future of our device, we wanted to start first with an example of just how limited hands-free input options are today. Many of you might be familiar, but as an example, this is Keely. She's actually our first paying customer. She wants to be an engineer, but her existing lip joystick device just leaves a lot to be desired. She couldn't perform basic cursor functions like clicking and dragging, and it just creates a physical barrier between her and the world, which increases social stigma. And again, it's a little bit cumbersome. It's hard to, it's not really that portable, so it's hard to take from one location to another. Setting it up can be a little bit more challenging than we might want, for example. But oops, let me just click here. But today, with her MouthPad, Keely is using it for essentially all of her computer control. She's logging, up to 7 hours a day, sometimes up to 9. And this is pretty much every day of the week. And for the first time, she can do almost everything independently, raising her hand in class on Zoom, developing new CAD designs for her engineering homework. The opportunities are really endless, and even just playing games, for the first time, she has that freedom. And her parents told us that getting this MouthPad really has been the biggest life change for all of them since developing quadriplegia. And beyond Keely, here are some of the amazing champion testers we worked with in our beta program. Shout out on the bottom right there. This is actually my cousin, Nico. He is definitely one of my motivations behind starting this company, and he was one of our first beta testers, actually. And for the rest of this presentation, I just have a couple of quick demo videos to show you the interactions we've captured so far with some of our early customers. This was part of our beta program, these videos, so it's really early days, but you can get a sense of what it's like to start using the MouthPad.
Josh, after 3 minutes.
And as you heard in that audio, this is 3 minutes with the MouthPad. He had never seen the device, never used it, never used his tongue in this way.
There's a little bit of inertia.
Apologies for that comment, but you can see even after just that short time, it's fairly easy for him to navigate his around his computer screen. Basically, the goal is to move that black dot to the yellow bars as they appear. And so that's right off the bat, so you can see some early wins, and it doesn't take too long. Then we moved on to ask him how he'd like to use this technology besides just computer work. And so here he is, racing his child, which is extremely adorable, especially as they don't give up in the face of defeat, which is great to see. But yeah, you can start really opening up and supporting these more genuine, intimate interactions as you just have easier access to your technology. Here's a simple case, just navigating a digital art app to click on different settings.
Wow.
Super simple.
I like that.
Just enables an easier interaction for some people. And also really quickly here, this is not officially yet supported. We do want to receive FDA certification so we can control wheelchairs, but this is a first research case in which we see an early attempt of controlling a wheelchair using the MouthPad.
Oh my God.
And you can just see initial
Corten.
excitement over controlling a wheelchair.
Corten, I'm sorry, our time is up for
Okay.
this. However,
Yes.
you have a lot of questions in the chat.
Okay,
and
cool.
I'm hoping that you're going to be able to get to them. A lot of folks have been submitting questions, and
Okay.
I hope that
Yeah.
you can answer some of them. I think you've answered a few along the way, but thank you so much to Augmental and Corten for presenting this technology here. Somebody asked about the price, so there's the price tag on it right there on the screen, and we're going to give away. Thank you so much, Corten.
Yes, of course. I'm happy to go through these questions. I'll look through the chat and try to answer them as best I can. I don't want to take up any extra time that I've
Your
already been.
email address for contacting the company?
Yes, I just wanted to leave that page for questions I had imagined would be about price. You can reach our general contact line at contact@Augmental, which is shown here. I will also drop my personal email in the chat just so anybody can reach me as well. But this contact email gets forwarded to our whole team, so we might have a faster response rate if you use that email. But yeah, I really appreciate all these questions and interests, and I'll answer them in the chat. But thank you.
Thank you.